So let's go quick into our portfolio. Again, you all need UnionTech. I don't need to tell you much about our company, and this I try to avoid now to save the time. Here in the picture right now, you see the complete portfolio of UnionTech. As most of you know, we are the biggest SLA producer in the world. Right now, there is no other company sold so many SLA printers as UnionTech did in the year 2021. But what we talk today is not about all the SLA. We talk here about our little DLP department, what we have within our complete portfolio. This looks like that. We have the Q300, the Q380, E140. This is the dental printer. I go a little bit deeper in it, an S300, and our really big weapon for industrial dental, the D800 printer. So here I have it in a short list. For pure dental, we have, I call it always the bread and butter E140. This is a dental desktop printer for all applications within the dental industry or dental lab or dental practice. Also, you can use it as a chairside production printer, whatever. This is an all-in-one for let's say for a cheap price. But one thing, please care, and this is going through all UnionTech products. We are not a cheap, absolute mass product company. So this all what we sell has an industrial standard inside from the components inside. So we always sell a high-level printer for not the cheapest price in the market. So if your customer is searching for something like Form Labs or whatever for 3,000 euro, don't even start to compete against, because this definitely we will use with our high-end products. Then we go after that from HD systems to our 4K printer systems. This is for the dental high resolution. That means for all dental applications, the S300, going later to it. And then brand new in the family, it's similar to the S300, just an even higher resolution. This is for the absolute high-end dental applications and high resolution, high-end industrial applications. Then we have, this is similar to the S300, the Q300. This is an pure industrial printer, 4K DLP. Then we have the Q380. This is also an industrial grade for industrial using industry applications, but also dental applications, dental aligner applications. I will come later on at why it's reduced to dental aligner. And we have for the absolute industrial production of dental aligners, the D800. Okay, let's start with our Evodent E140. By the way, Evodent is the brand name for our dental department or for our dental printers. They are not going into the market as a UnionTech printer. They call Evodent. This is a desktop printer. I show you just here some, going to the side, some technical information. The printing platform is 144 millimeter to 81 millimeter. The native pixel size is 75 micron, but our R&D could find a solution to bring, honestly, I don't know it the technical way how they did, but to get the printing results and the precision similar to our older version E120 with a smaller platform, got the same precision like it had, I think, something like 64 micron. That means this printer is to use in dental lab for all applications, not only aligner models or other models, also for implant models, for gingiva mask, for all what you need for orthodontic applications. So this is the all-in-one printer for the dental lab, for the let's say low cost, even for small labs or even for dental practices, for dental practice, yes, to use. Okay, this is the bigger brother of that. Now we are going already to the 4K solution. This is the Evodent. You see, it's a pure dental printer again, S300. This is a 4K solution with a bigger platform. You can see here we have a 250 millimeter to 140 millimeter platform, and even with a big platform, a higher resolution of this on the platform. So that means this is a high capacity dental printer, but still to use through all dental applications what you can have in a dental lab. That means implant models. Implant models also are always that where you need the highest precision. You can see here on the weight, by the way, this I wanted to show here. We have here 40 kilo. So this is a smaller printer. It's a desktop printer you can handle yourself. And it's easy even for one person just to push it from one place to the other. This is a little different to the S300. This is 122 kilo already. And so standing on the ground, it's not a desktop printer already. And this is starting to get really a professional printer for bigger professional 3D printing labs. Okay, let's go to the brother of the S300, what was an Evodent. Now we are going to UnionTech Q300. You see the housing is the same. Inside there are some minor differences, but this printer is based or is constructed or developed more for the service bureau or for DLP production applications in the industry. You can see because the platform is the same like in the Evodent, the precision is the same, but we work here. The weight is the same. It's all the same so far, but we work with another software inside what is based on industrial requirements. Pricing is similar, doesn't take away from one to the other very much. Here we come to our newest family member. This is the UnionTech. It calls Pi 200. There were some requests out of the market to get the printer with a little bit bigger platform, but with a higher precision. For dental, the precision of 65 or the native pixel of 65 micron is okay, but we might have, even in some dental labs, but also in the industry applications where we need a little bit more or higher precision and smaller pixel size. For this reason, UnionTech developed the Pi 200, what has a native pixel size of 50 micron. So this is going now really to high precision printing. The platform is a little bit smaller, but compared to the let's say the old HD printers, still let's say almost double size. This printer also is working with the PolyDevs Pro. This is the industrial-based software, but it can also get equipped with the dental software we have some dental labs in Europe. It's not much, but some, they really, really work only on the very, very, very highest precision, possible precision, and they might use this printer then. Okay, and now we are going more in direction of the industrial production. For that, we have the UnionTech Qt 380. This is, yeah, really always already, let's say, a weapon in the market. When you let's go to the next place. You can see here 3,840 millimeter platform to 2,160. This is the full 4K pixel size what we have. That means we have 100 micron pixel size. This is completely enough for dental aligners, but not enough anymore for the full dental application range. So for implant model, I would say 100 micron is not enough. So this printer, if you use it for professional dental labs, it's reduced for aligner application. Aligner models, for aligner, we do not need such a high pixel rate as for implant models or other applications. The size, the platform size is really, really big, and this has an industrial grade. The beamer in this printer is coming from the top. This printer is developed like an SLA printer, and the big industrial size resin tank in the ground of the printer. So the small vat, in example, has something like 100 kilo resin inside. What's amazing for a DLP printer, and we can even have a bigger resin vat for that. Here I have a little mistake. It's not 0.1 micron the layer thickness, it's 100 micron also. So this is again for aligner models dental, and this is for matching, precision matching industrial applications. You can see here 430 kilo. This is going to a really big size machine. Okay, and here last printer I want to show you. This is the second latest printer we got in the DLP family. This is the D800. D800 is an absolute industrial level DLP printer for dental. It's especially developed for dental aligners. It's basically nothing else than 4 times this printer. We have 4 beamers here in the rooftop of the printer. We have a full automation in this printer. We have an automatically resin refill. I show you a little video as the last pictures, or as on the end on my presentation. You see here again, it has exactly the same pixel sizes and layer sizes like the printer before. 1,600 kilogram, the weight of the printer. You see we go into the absolute industrial grade. So let's show you the video. It's about 1 minute 30, and then I finish my part. Can you hear that? See that? It's a very, very big decoder. This is the models growing up. Now it gets automatically shuffled down from the platform. And we push it down to the collecting basket. Where all the resin, what's running out now and down from the models, get filtered and collected and re-transported into the printer. Okay, so you got the first impression of that. And here, very, very short and quickly, I want to talk about the pricing of the printers. Just to give you an overview. Of course, everybody of you guys can come back to me, and we discuss it then in detail. Here on this printer, this is the first small lab lab printer. 12,000 euro is the end user pricing. And I only have the end user pricing here. All other we can discuss in detail then. And so you see this is a bread and butter printer, can get afforded from everybody, even if the lab is not a big lab. With a Pi 200, we go on roughly, let's say, 30,000 euro. It's the same with the S300 and the Qt 300. There we will be around 30,000 euro. The Qt 380, this is the first DLP, let's say, industrial grade printer, is going up a little bit to the 50,000. The D800, our big aligner weapon, is going to 162,000 euro end user price. What is still, I would say, an amazing price for such a big industrial printer. Okay, that was it from my side, and I would love to give it now to Christopher from TryGeist, and he can tell a little bit and explain you a little bit about the materials. Christopher, so the stage is yours.
We're sitting here in Nuremberg. Alex has waved into the camera a little bit earlier already. He's here to give you a little bit of insight on the material side that we've been exploring together with BASF. My name is Christopher König. I am the founder and operator and owner and babysitter and everything else for the small, humble company in Nuremberg called TryGeist. I'll explain you a little bit later about that and what is our position in this meeting for today. But first, let me hand over the word, so to speak, to Alex to introduce a great company which is not too far away, and we'll take it from there.
Great, thank you, Christopher. Let's start. So, good morning, everyone. So, for the Asian people, good evening or good afternoon. So I'm Alexander Gengel. I'm working in the BASF 3D printing solutions within 5 years or since 5 years. So I'm the business development manager and responsible especially for the photopolymers from our side. And I'm really excited that we have the chance today to show you the cooperation between UnionTech, Europe and TryGeist, and we are one of the material supplier for the new DLP and LCD systems. So we were founded in 2017 September. Our headquarters is in Heidelberg, Germany, around about 100 kilometers south from Frankfurt. So we are now globally already more than 200 people. We have locations in Wyandotte, US and Shanghai, China, and also different locations in Europe, like in Netherlands and in France. Especially our locations working as an application technology center, which means we are developing new materials and testing them and doing develop together with our partners applications. Quickly how we are structured. We have 5 different departments. So the powder bed side, the filaments, then we have the special metal filament, and today we'll talk about the liquid formulation solutions, so the photopolymers, and we are also able to give some services, especially on the virtual engineering. Why BASF? I mean, that's actually a good question. We are proud to say, and we believe that our products are affordable quality, so the money for value is there. We have engineering grades, and where we are really strong is to scale up. So we are looking really deep into industrial scaling. So that is one of our main fields. And our mission is actually to enable our customer partners to go into industrial manufacturing with 3D printing.
Okay, so thank you, Alex, for giving a little bit of background to who BASF is. I'm sure nobody's heard about this ever before. Just kidding. Going back to Nuremberg, who is this TryGeist? Who is our company? I just want to give you a really brief overview of how we started. It started out in 2014 as an engineering service provider. I'm a former motorsports designer. I used to work in Formula One, working on Le Mans prototypes, rally cars, all this kind of stuff. Left my automotive life behind and became involved in everything around AM, design for AM, using this technology sensibly and sensefully, so to speak. We founded in 2014. It started out that we became productive as a service provider in 2015. A year after that, we started our first endeavors in bringing additive manufacturing to a clean room setting as a service. And then it started once we had different projects wrapped up that people were asking us for the complete solution, including the machines and the process technology. So in the end, in 2017, roughly, we started becoming distribution partners and technical support partners. Back then, it was UnionTech, for example, on the machine side. In 2018, we joined the team around UnionTech with DSM and Covestro, and we also started with Mini Factory on the high temperature FDM side. So basically, that's the two main technologies that we focus on here in Nuremberg. And to wrap it up, in 2020, we started the distribution at the after sales support and also the technical support for Forward AM. Meaning BASF with their quality materials made in Germany, and this is essentially where the strings cross, so to speak, with UnionTech and the BASF and the TryGeist. Why are we here? As I mentioned before, in 2020, we started working with BASF. We've been involved in the beta testing since then, testing their liquid formulations and the filaments on the EnvisionTech, UnionTech, and the Mini Factory systems, and trying to ultimately tie solutions that would provide a value to our customers, and then maybe hopefully your customers as well. Since 2021, we became official development partners of BASF for their portfolio validation, all their materials to be validated on the UnionTech systems. This is what we're here for. We're using other systems as well, but that's not the focus today. We offer end client production services here at our facilities in the clean room, or otherwise on SLA, DLP systems, micro projection, high temp FDM, focusing on really the application, like deep application work. And our main product is the application engineering and the pre-sales support for BASF, for UnionTech, for our other partners, to find solutions that we can give out to customers. Quick statistics on why do we have a right to be talking about this. Since we started with BASF, we've printed around 600 kilo of all the materials, including the ones that we're going to introduce today, but also including stuff that some of it you might never see. Some of it is coming out soon. It's a very dynamic, and we've been using a lot of their stuff. Apart from the DLP, what we're going to focus on today, we have validated some materials also for the SLA systems. There's been roughly 300 kilograms consumed. So far, there's a first customer machine out there using the material, collecting their experiences. If you bring it down, you know, we're an application development partner. We're a service bureau in that sense. We just checked yesterday. It's about 400 engineering projects that we've supported with production service or just with validation work over the last 2 years. So I guess we have a little bit of experience with the materials. What are we here for today? What together with UnionTech and BASF, what we want to bring into life is what we call the application partner program, which is giving you more or less ready to use solutions that you can pass to your customers. You know, there's been a lot of new machines. Some of you might be familiar with them. Some of you might never have seen one up close. We've tried and we've tested and we've validated those systems. So we're ready to present some solutions. What you will get as a partner and becoming involved in this, you will have a very, very competitive products to add to your portfolio. It's really interesting. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but it's a different range. If you talk about DSM and Covestro, it's always the high end. If you're going into OEM materials like 3D Systems or whatever, it's always the high performance and the high price. Here we're going into what we call the commodity range, into the engineering grade materials. Which means we're packing a lot of punch for a very little price tag, which in the end, I was a bit skeptical in the beginning because of course we're a distribution partner as well. And okay, it's a way cheaper product. The margin is going to be less, but from our experience, I can tell if people buy a material that's a third of the price of the competitor, they're not only happy with paying the smaller price, but they're most likely to start using 3 times as much. This is what we're seeing right now. So it's a very interesting product combination. What TryGeist comes in and together with BASF is that we're going to provide you with standard material packages for the printers for UnionTech. The parameter validation has been done here on site together with the laboratory in Heidelberg. So we have extensively validated the different materials on lab side and also on application side over the last 2 years altogether for the complete portfolio, which is right now, I think, one of the most extensive validations for one particular system that's been done. So there's a lot of stuff you can profit from. The other aspect, which is very, very important for you if you're trying to get into this, if you want to promote this, is to have access to high quality marketing materials. And this is something that I know we've all been missing. This is what we're focusing on. Also, we're gonna try to give you one singular point of contact, which means you don't have to go ask Marco for some technical spec, then call Alex and ask for the settings for the machine, and then ask somebody else for marketing material or whatever. It's gonna be channeled through Nuremberg here also. A little bit of background, focus on the logistics, which can get complicated quite quickly. And I think we found a very nice solutions which we're gonna try to implement. What is it gonna give you as a partner? In the end, it's all about visibility. You know, social selling is a very big aspect. It's a very big aspect to have a credibility as compared with the competitors, which we all have. And this is another point which we want to focus on with the application partners, to increase all your visibility and credibility by presenting common solutions that we can commonly show as a network, if you want to use that name, to say, look, I'm not the only one telling you that this is the right thing to do, but we can start profiting from that. We can share each other's content or promote each other in a network scenario. So enough said about the constellation. It's about UnionTech and BASF together being a process solution, and this is what we're here for.
So I would like to add also here something that I would actually to underline the partnership with TryGeist, also with the support from UnionTech Europe, from Marco, that we learned in the last year that's really important for the industrial customer when they're looking into using or going to mass production, away from prototyping to the industrial use of machine and 3D printing. So that we learned, and we're really happy that UnionTech came with a new system, DLP LCD based, which is really nice because the price points or the price value is there. And really important to say is that the customer always asking now for ready-to-go solutions, and I believe we are able to deliver that. And TryGeist did all the qualification, gained the knowledge, know-how, did the validation, and they are able to give the full support in each direction. So quickly showing you what is BASF actually offering into the photopolymer. So as you can see here, that's our product line. So flexible, tough, rigid, and dental. Then we have also some supplementaries like the color kit and the cleaner. And we have some coating solutions, which will be not shown today because a little bit special, but the main point is are the materials. As you can see here at a glance, the different products by name. So from the tough line on the top or beginning with the color kit. So actually you can make the different colors. So each color, what you want, you can mix it by the color kits. To the tough material, ST45, ST80 will come new product this year on the tough line. The rigid line with the high temperature use, high detail and clear parts, and then the flexible line, one of the core of the BASF, coming from the Elastolan TPU products from the big BASF. Also here, all our materials are based on the polyurethane or urethane chemistry. And as you can see here from FL60, which is really nice prototype material, but looking on the shore hardness, you have everything already there from 40 shore A to up to 90 shore A with the new EL4000 material. Yeah, talk a little bit about the product line in detail. Yeah, I mean, dental, it's quite clear. So we're starting with our first dental model material, can make the models or dental molds, and we have also gingiva, which is really cost-effective solution for the dental industry. And yeah, it's a quite new field for the BASF, but we already see a high demand, a high request in this regards.
Perfect. So back to the real life. As Alex is gonna introduce the materials in general a little bit, I'm just gonna briefly show you a little bit of what we've been getting as the results. The DM2505 is ultra fast from our experience as compared to other dental materials. You know, we have access to the UnionTech line, etc. This is a really fast building material with excellent surface qualities. We have a standard ready for 50 and 100 micron resolutions. This is already in use at a client site. They're really happy with it. Just one thing special I want to add is that this material is water washable, which means technically you don't really need IPA for the cleaning, which makes it in certain constellations a little bit easier to get this workflow implemented at a customer site. No smell, no vapor, no fumes. This is very neutral, which I think is an important point if you using it in a dental lab where there's a lot of people around, right? I'm gonna try to compress this really quick because I have a lot of pictures. I have a lot of information. So I'm gonna step on the throttle right now. As with all the materials which we're gonna introduce, you can customize the material to tune for a little bit of properties. We've done something with the dental modeling material, dubbed it Shark. It's an additional pigmentation that we give it to make a fine tuning, so we're able to use even lower layer resolutions and keep a very high imaging capacity of the material. This was done for example, for a toy manufacturer that we've been working with for quite a while. Back to Alex, going towards the next material line.
Thank you, Christopher. So the next material line is the rigid line from us, so the high performance resin with excellent strength, stiffness, and temperature resistance. We started with our RG35, which has, I would say, medium temperature resistance up to 80 degrees. Now with our RG1100 material, which is quite new in the market, it has up to 120 degrees, and also higher temperature material will come this year. So actually you can use them for electrical casting, especially looking into the electromobility industry, which is now increasing, automotive housing, as you can see it here. Maybe
no camera.
Yeah, okay. No camera, maybe later. Jigs and fixture classically, but also for molds, inserts, tools. And the nice feature of this material, it's really high accurate and has a really low shrinkage. Yeah, so some examples.
Okay, we take you back. It's just you'll see some injection molds here that we've tested at some client work. We've also done some internal work on projects for if I can say that, for BASF internally, which is looking into the process and have been collecting very nice results. Very quick material. Due to the temperature resistance, it actually works quite well for, let's say, 2-figure shot runs of simple to inject materials, especially if it's just simple open-close toolings. For tooling, we recommend printing it between 50 and 150 micron layers, depending how large the component is and how quickly you want it. Yeah, very nice material. Also, for different applications, if you need a very high surface quality, on the parts. It's very nice to do post-working on the material. If you look at the top picture in the center, you can see that it actually built a 100 micron wall thickness. I think this is the only material in our validation line that has shown this capability. I mean, it got destroyed while washing. We're just really excited to see this coming up.
And also for the applications, especially looking into automotive, RG1100 has the basic properties for using that. As you can see in the bottom left picture, a button for the automotive car. So actually, because of the higher HDT, around about 120 degrees, it's usable for interior parts, where especially flame retardancy is not required because this property is not given, but looking in this direction, but also into electronic industry for low voltage applications, which also is a part of automotive and machine manufacturers.
All right, next we're jumping over to the RG35 series. This was one of the first materials that have been released. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is in its natural state. It's a transparent material, which is shows a very high transparency, as you can see on the bottom right picture. It's some micro-textured lenses that we made. This hasn't been finished. This has just been washed and post-cured, essentially. Its main use that we've seen is for decorative elements. Somebody in the round will recognize this beautiful bear. We've printed it, I guess, 20, 30 times by now, also in different variations of the RG35. It's somewhat became our benchmark and our office pet, so to speak. A cool thing about the RG35, it is biocompatibility, so it's suitable for biomedical applications, food, pharma. It's very resistant to typical chemicals that are used in those kind of environments. It is kept to a medical device, certifiable. Got this high transparency, and it needs to be noted that it builds a very nice surface quality if you're using an SLA system. So the RG35 is one of the materials which we validated on SLA, which is already out in use at one customer site on a 450 type machine.
Sorry, too fast.
Very nice thing. That was a little bit too fast. But we need to step on the throttle just to give you an insight. The RG material, in this example, it's the 35. It also works for the 1100. You can use deep dyeing systems to do a surface deep dye effect, which is quite nice. And you can also do a nice clear coating. And of course, TryGeist does some strange things. So we have tried plasma coating the parts, which works actually really well. The only thing is due to the HDD being limited, it's not good for tooling because the material, let's say the adhesion of the titanium layer kind of suffers from the temperature effects on the material if it's heated up. But if you need sealed separation between your plastic part and the thing that you manufacture, or if there is some exotic liquids that you need to have flowing through somewhere, it's an interesting way to unlock certain applications which you couldn't do with a simple plastic part, but keeping a price tag of a plastic part. So enough for that. Back to Alex.
Let's talk quickly about the color kit. As you can see, there's the standard color bases, black, white, magenta, yellow, and cyan. So with these 5 colors, actually you can make different type of versions like the moonwalk here. So really, deep white.
Yeah, it's a deep white pigmentation, which also has been used to tune down to a low layer range representation. So you can print this down to 30 microns. Then here's some examples which we did with coloring kit or using client pigments, which all works. So this is, we call sunshine. Then we had the riot red RG35. We had the shock of RG35. It's just different pigment formulations that you can use, either using custom pigments or you use the color kit, which is really practical because it's easier to prepare the material. Let's just keep it like that. RG35 black it has become one of the most popular materials that we're processing. It can also print down to 30 micron layer range, prints incredible, nice, crisp, small features, used in tooling, I'd say it's very wide range of application, so to speak. And the RG35 black is also available as the black material right now from BASF directly. So you don't have to mix it anymore, but you may. It's a certain formulation that we can share with you if you have a transparent bottle of RG35 and you want to make it black. You just need to add the color kit in a certain way.
Yeah, talking about the tough material, so ST45 is one of our best material in this case. It's an all-purpose material with a good toughness and impact resistance, which you can use for, again, also for electrical casting where toughness is needed, customized gadget tools, and especially if you need high detail texture parts or special housing, then ST45 or the ST line would be your choice. ST80 here, for example, the color kit. ST80 is our, we call it street fighter product, quite cheap, but really good in toughness. So that could be one of the most popular standard material when it comes to prototyping. It's available in clear, white, black, and gray, but you can also color it. ST45 black.
Right. ST45 black is also a very, very interesting material for its toughness, for its impact resistance. I'd say it's if you compare an RG35 and an ST45, the same print, you will notice the ST45 will remain a little bit more flexible. So it's good for like snap fit connections and all this kind of crazy stuff that your customers want to make. And it's definitely one of our best choices if you go into high volume end use production.
Absolutely. Yeah, the final line is actually the flexible or elastic line, special made for the footwear industry with the FL EL60 or with the new one EL4000 material, but also you can use it for different cushioning pads or cushioning application, flexible grips or motorbike grips, whatever you want. So with our high range of different flexible materials, different properties, you will definitely find the right material for your application when it comes to flexible elastic applications. There's no post-curing or thermal treatment needed. So actually for all our products, only the printing, washing, UV curing, and then it's ready to go material or for the application. Yeah, for example, here on the FL and EL side, some ear.
some nice pictures. On the left side, you've seen that we've really tried the material. I don't know how many tensile boards we've printed over the last 2 years, but we've been really serious about validating the material, and also we've been really serious about playing with it. So here you just see the last example for something that you can custom create. This is a bioluminescent variant, which is reactive to a certain type of UV light. This is for a customer application. This is a demo use case. You might guess who the customer is.
Yeah, we are more or less at the end, but to give you kind of a hint or guide, which product line could be the one you need to use. So the brittleness, heat resistance, you see on the left side it's higher, on the right side it's lower. It's more like as an indication. Yeah, but actually, and this is something I would like to highlight a little bit more, is our value packages for our material. Definitely MSDS and TDS as a standard, but we have also user guidelines where also the UnionTech machine will be implemented. We have different certification, value proposition. You get all the pictures what you need to make also marketing and use, especially the different certifications we have, as you can see it here. From the TDS on the left side, we have made on for the most of the products chemical resistant tests. We have sterilization tests, the different medias, and one of our highlights on our material is, and that comes from the chemistry of the European products, is we have a really good UV long-term stability of all the products. So it means you can use it, and this is all often required by the customer. How long can they use the material under UV exposure, so in a natural environment? And we can give the indication with the first test. We have biocompatibility tests made for different material, so skin irritation, cytotox, and also the same for the color kits. You get a guideline how to mix the first different colors, and so we have different certification guidelines and give you on hand so that you can go to your customer and look in the application, talk with your customers to have a full overview what is actually possible with our different materials. Yeah.
Back to the end, questions and answers. I'm sorry that we've exceeded the time already a little bit. We tried to be quick, but now we're open, I guess, to discuss. Or Marco, if you take over again.
Yeah. Maybe one last hint from my side. Maybe you missed the prices. This is really dependent on the region where you are, where it needs to be shipped. But as an indication, so the cheapest material is the ST80 and the FL60, starting from end user price of 60 euro per kilogram. And the highest price is around about 125 euro or 170 for the one dental material, so for the gingiva, but industrial grades, is the highest price is 125 euro per kilogram, so for the end user.
Right. And in terms of the margin ranges, it depends a little bit on again on the region and on the product, but you can calculate with something between, I think it's between 24 and 32% roughly, which is the discount for application partners.
Yeah. Absolutely. And talking about the margin, I mean, yeah, it's maybe quite low compete to the competitors, but we believe that the volume is here the main point, and this is where it's needed if you go into industrial use of 3D printing. And with volume, you can make your money at the end. And this is our aim also, because of course, we could put higher prices, but then it will be still used for prototyping, small series, but we want to go into the high volume production, and therefore lower prices is needed. And I still believe, and this is the point also here, the price value is there, and these materials are usable for the high volume industrial use.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that. Wrapping that up, I mentioned that in the beginning, this is also what we see. If you start having a product which is half the price tag or a third of the price tag of a competitor material, once the people start using it, they start using ridiculous amounts of the material because they don't care anymore. Oh, it's all of a sudden production doesn't cost me anything anymore. Oh, I'll print day and night. And this is what really makes it interesting.
Yeah. And we can support you if needed. So we can make some cost benchmarking. So we can calculate the TCO based on our products for you for the different application if needed. So please reach out then to TryGeist, Christopher, and we will do it together. So we will be the background, so the backbone in regard to our material in this partner program. And yeah, so